Sacred, Sexually Abused Children's Relief Endeavor, is a non-profit organization which provides immediate financial assistance to families in need due to the reporting of child sexual abuse.
In the previous videos, my wife Carol told you Sarah's story. She spoke to you about our founding, our vision, and our mission. It's my turn to explain how we go about helping child sexual abuse victims and their families. We were so moved by the support of our daughter and her children and the support they received. We wanted to turn it into something good for others in their time of need. We knew, just in other types of abuse, that there are many reasons that abuse goes unreported, and one of the primary reasons is the fear of financial consequences. Our support network, our friends, our family, and our business associates helped Allison, Sarah, and the rest of the kids get through it financially, but we knew so many others were not as fortunate. What did we know, however? I'm a wine distributor general manager, and Carol was a special education teacher. How would we know if this was a real need or something that just looked that way to us? I called several child advocacy centers in Missouri. We were living in Eureka, Missouri, so I set up an appointment with the Child Advocacy Center in Wentzville. After meeting with their assistant director, his reaction was, "I can't believe no one has ever thought of this or no one has ever proposed this before." Carol and I were absolutely amazed. We hit on an unmet need, as it was further described by child advocacy professionals we met with. Thus was the beginning of the Sexually Abused Children's Relief Endeavor, Sacred. After several months of planning, meeting with attorneys, fundraising to cover fees and startup expenses, we were finally notified that effective July 16, 2009, Sacred was approved as a 501c3 tax-exempt charity by the federal government. In the beginning, it was just me, Carol, and my cousin Steve. How do we find families to help? How do we know if they're truly in need? We were not professionals in the field, so we turned to the professionals who knew and asked them. If we raised money to help those who they were counseling, would they work with us to find families truly in need and help us distribute the funds? Their response was unanimous. It was a unanimous yes. Over the years, we've evolved to a standard application. We have promotional materials that we send to child advocates dealing with the process. It details how the process works. We have an informative brochure. We use social media and have training videos online for our child advocates. Most importantly, we trust our child advocates to bring us those who are truly in need. When a family has engaged a child advocate for help in a child sexual abuse case, we have asked the advocate to immediately assess the financial need. Is the family suffering financially due to the sexual abuse of a child? Are they able to handle an income loss from the abuser? Will the family need immediate funds for help with housing, clothing, transportation, medical needs, and other food and necessities? If the answer is yes, the advocate fills out the application. The family remains anonymous at all times to us. The advocate details the exact amount of the financial need, the age and the number of the children involved, the status of the child sexual abuser, and any other details pertinent to the case. The application is sent to our home office, and Carol interviews the child advocate by phone. We never speak to or deal directly with anyone from the victim's family or with the victim. Carol then emails the completed application to our board of directors along with any information important to the case and our decision making. Board members are aware that a decision must be made within 8 hours of receiving an application so we can distribute the funds within 24 hours. We usually have approval within a few hours from our board, and funds are sent out immediately to help the family. We have denied only 3 applications since 2009 for failing to meet our criteria. Once we have board approval, a check is made out and mailed to the Child Advocacy Center, never to the victim's family. The CAC must use the funds as they requested in their application, handle the payment of the needs, and within 30 days, return the receipts to us equaling the grant request. Since we founded Sacred, we've granted over $181,000 to 137 child sexual abuse victims and their families. No one at Sacred receives any compensation for what we do. Our goal is to grant funds to families with immediate financial needs so that they can begin to heal and focus on the needs of their family and their sexually abused child or children. You can help. Although we can and work with any accredited child advocacy agency, our outreach is limited by the funds we can raise. We currently have worked with 14 child advocacy agencies throughout Missouri and Kansas. We are in communication with other CACs in Iowa, Nebraska, and South Dakota. To reach all of the CACs in America, we would require approximately $3.5 million in funding. We are touching only a handful of families and children affected by child sexual abuse. We need your help to reach more. You can donate at www.kidsaresacred.org, on our Facebook page, or by direct mail to our address. Let's all work together to raise awareness of the prevalence of child sexual abuse and become active in stopping it. Thank you.